Now I'm recording? Oh, we got to start over. Okay, so I'm with my sister here and I am very curious. We have had a good evening and I'm really curious from where you are right now to where you first started with your the idea of your YouTube channel. Tell me why you got started and what made you decide to do that.
I got started because I was overweight. I was a housewife. I was insecure. Um, I felt horrible about myself. And nobody cared. I had kids, I had a husband, and nobody cared what I did and what I looked like. And I felt like I was all alone, and a lot of, like most desperate housewives that just don't know what to do with themselves. And I hated being fat and I hated being out of shape. And so I reached out on Facebook to a company called Beachbody, and I got a coach, a free coach, and then I signed up to the Shakeology, and I started drinking Shakeology and working out to Beachbody DVDs. And I started, feeling better. And then my coach said, well, in order to run this business, um, you need to reach out to people. I encourage you to make a YouTube channel. And I was terrified. I was scared to death. But I did it because my coach wanted me to do it, and I was trying to sell Shakeology. And I knew that back then the YouTube was starting to get popular, and that's where people were going to start their own channels and to um, make something of themselves. And I knew it was a high traffic area. So I was like, okay, what do I got to lose? But I was terrified. I was so insecure. Looking back at those old videos, I didn't know how to look at the camera. I didn't know what to say. I had like this different voice when the camera came on. I was not comfortable, most people aren't when they start a YouTube channel. And I didn't know anything about cameras or technology or computers. And I just went in on a whim, on something. And then as I got more confident, well, I just assumed that I was going to attract housewives, overweight housewives. That's what I assumed. I just figured that's what I was going to attract. So I just would go on there going, okay, I'm helping other women. I'm helping other women. So then I started doing the DVDs. I started feeling better. I started getting firmer. I started getting more confident. And then the people that started joining my channel gave me the confidence to keep on going.
So, where did you get to the point from the confidence that you didn't have and listening to the comments and people wanting you to continue on to where you are or where you decided to go? Because obviously you stopped with your workouts. I don't know what happened there with your workouts and stopping that, if that was a personal thing or if that was something to do with your household, or if you were just too busy or working another job. But where did you turn that page from working out to where you decided, obviously you've been doing reviews of clothes and fashion shows, and where was it that your mind took you that you decided to change that channel, or that the way that you did that channel, and why you are so successful right now?
I think the fans just gave me courage and strength, and told me so much that I never knew about myself. I was very I didn't have a lot of confidence. I was very shy. I never felt like I was good enough. I never felt like I deserved anything. I knew that part of me wanted to be successful and wanted to do something, but I didn't have a lot of family support. I had no family support. Husband, kids, they all thought I was crazy for starting a YouTube channel. They're like, doomed me to fail before I even succeeded. And so when I got feedback from people, which I thought it was going to be housewives, but it ended up being men, I couldn't believe the things that were saying. I was like, oh my God, what? Because I had never heard it before. And so if you're in this situation to where you're just like kind of isolated and you don't feel lovable and you don't feel supported at your house, and you reach out to an audience of people you don't even know who are going to come follow you. And all of a sudden, these people from over the world see some value in you. Then I think that's where the light bulb moment was for me. It was like, wow, maybe I can be successful. Maybe my voice does matter. Maybe I am helping people. And then I would get people from all over the world sending me, thank you, you're helping me, you're giving me inspiration. And I had never even been into a gym until I was in my 40s. I had never worked out with any kind of programs. I did a few DVDs, like Buns of Steel I did after I had my kids and things like that, but I had never even set foot in a gym.
Sorry, I had to change the subject here real quick. She's like antsy-pantsy to get your attention.
This is my love of my life.
I love the story that you're given because, you started this out of nothing and your family was against it. Everybody that you knew were not on your side. And it's hard enough when you're trying to do something on your own and be successful because you want to prove to somebody, not only to somebody, but to yourself that you can be successful. But you also have the pulling, dragging you down of all the reasons, all the family members and the reasons why you shouldn't. And I know that a lot of people fail because they listen to their families. So what was it that made you pull away from the family? Even though you loved your family, what was it that made you pull away from your family and continue with what you felt was so important in your heart?
Because I wanted to be successful. I wanted to make my own money. I didn't want to depend on my husband anymore for money. I didn't want to have to ask him for money. I didn't want to have to be a disappointment to my kids and think, oh God, mom can't even make her own money. She has to depend on dad. And I wanted out of that control mindset. I wanted out of that controlling lifestyle. And I'm a leader. I've always known I was a leader, but I just didn't know how to get that out. And YouTube, to be honest, all the fans there gave me so much courage and so much hope that I just continued and I just trusted. And I just believed in the fake it till you make it. I mean, I used to go out and buy clothes, the cheapest clothes I could find, and pretend I was a model next to my pool and do fashion shows, even though I kind of felt like I was ridiculous, but people got it, and I just kept on and kept on and kept on. And then because of all my loves, because of my swimming pool and my hot tub and everything, I just started wearing swimsuits because that's what I do. And come to find out that that's not rare. Most women don't do that. And so I think that the reason why I became so successful is because I was doing things that I love that most people weren't even doing. So I was orchestrating all my passions and putting it into a video, just like, I wasn't never good at daily vlogs, but I did love to work out. I loved the way I felt. I got over the fear of people staring at me, and the fitter I became, the more confident I became. And then the coach said, you got to start posting pictures of yourself, bikini photos, workout photos, show your progress, your results, do measurements and all of that. And I think like it just with anything, the more you do, the better you become, and either people get you or they don't. And my personality is very quirky. I don't always edit or script anything. I just kind of know what I'm going to talk about. And then the words just come and I just let it all out. And I think that people appreciate the realness that I give on the camera. They can see the authenticity, because sometimes I just do stupid, crazy little videos, but I don't know. People like them, I guess.
So what have you gained from the life changes? What are the things that you've noticed from the moment that you first started a YouTube channel to where you are now?
Confidence. I've gained confidence.
That's huge.
I had zero confidence. Zero.
So confidence allows you and gives you the ability Well, number one, to start your Patreon channel, which has been huge for you,
Mhm.
which has been, your sole ability to be able to live your life to your fullest.
And what has been great about that is because I always knew that I was not in a happy marriage. But I faked it, just because that's what I thought you were supposed to do. I always thought that you're supposed to get married, you're supposed to have children, you're supposed to stay together forever, and that's it. That's going to be my life. Well, when I started seeing the fruits of my labor and started putting myself out there a little bit more, I realized that I was not happy. I knew that there was so much more that I wanted to do. I didn't want to be trapped in my house on these limited beliefs. I wanted to be out there and travel and see and go and be with somebody who was open-minded and got energy and attracting things that you want and not being like living in scarcity and pulling me back. I feel like pulling me back, always reeling me back. And I was always the type that even though I was married, I never was satisfied. I always knew there was so much more for me. And I think that was the biggest, stop it, Bella. I think that was the biggest frustration for my husband, was that I never was satisfied because I always knew there was so much more and he couldn't give me what I needed. And so
Crazy Bella.
Patreon gave me my fans and Patreon gave me the ability to take the leap of faith and travel and leave and get a divorce and start my life over. And so I'm forever grateful for all the fans I have all over the world. I honestly don't even know how many I have, from all over the world. People know me, and it just still, it baffles me, but it also, when you're living your true purpose and you don't care who cares, I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful that I got that out that I needed, that push that I needed.
So how do you feel like, since you've gotten a divorce, you've left your husband, your kids now understand what's going on in your world, they're supporting you 100% with who you really are on YouTube, and maybe they didn't understand all of it, but what have you noticed as far as changes from the time that you left to the point where you are now? Who are you?
Oh my God. I have developed this love for myself, that I'm enough. I've discovered I'm enough. I never knew I was enough. I never understood my value. I never understood. I was all about keeping the kids happy, keeping my husband happy, keeping everybody happy. But I forgot about me. And so I think that the biggest lesson and the biggest thing I've learned is that I am enough. And, I have so many people say, well, isn't that sad that you're alone at 50? And I'm like, no. It's been the greatest gift to be alone, because it's almost like sometimes you have to get away from your current situation and kind of like put yourself in your own sanctuary. And I've made this home my own sanctuary, safe place. I get up when I want. I go to bed when I want. I eat what I want. I do what I want. I have no schedules, no rules. And I don't even do a lot, but the contentment I feel inside is huge. And so I would advise anybody out there that is miserable in their life to start attracting what you want in life. Like before, when I had zero money, I would be like, oh, when I get this, I'm going to do this. And I would just fake it till I make it. And I would just like put myself in this place of all these things that I wanted to do when I was able to do it. And now my life is so abundant and so fulfilling and so gratifying. And it's just because I put myself back on my to-do list. I'm working out again. I'm walking again. This beautiful little dog that keeps me on my toes.
Look at that little beautiful dog that loves your attention.
All I can say is I'm just happy. I'm so happy. I just am happy.
So I know this has been kind of long, but I appreciate the interview that you've given to me because I love you as a sister. And, as you know, I have a YouTube channel and mine isn't anywhere near yours, but I know you've worked really hard through the years to get to this point. So that brings me to asking you if there were somebody new that just accidentally found your video, or somebody that knew somebody, or even a subscriber, and they were just on the fence about maybe changing their life, and maybe, they didn't really know what to do, but maybe YouTube is a way to do it. What advice would you give to somebody that maybe was just getting started, or maybe somebody that didn't have the reassurance with their families, but they really truly wanted to make a difference in their life? And maybe it's somebody like you with all the years that you've done your YouTube videos. I think you're at like 700 videos that you've done, and you've made a big difference in people's lives. So what would be some advice that you would give to others if they were on the fence trying to figure out maybe YouTube or maybe something else? But what advice would you give somebody to change their life for the better?
I would say follow your passion and never look back, and never ever listen to any negative voices around you, because sometimes your family can be your worst enemy. You want to believe that your family is going to love and support you, but sometimes it's the worst, because you're spending so much time on videos and you don't get your rewards for a while, and you don't get paid for a while. But if it's something that you feel passionate about, and something that you're doing that lights you up, and I used to spend so much time just working out and posting my videos and never ever getting any money for it, and buying clothes and doing fashion shows. But it gave me so much passion that you have to just be like so content, like, even if this does not make me any money, I'm doing something that really fulfills me. And you're separating yourself from the negative people around you, and you just have to like stay in the tunnel and keep on proceeding and moving forward, even if nobody else believes in you. If you feel in your heart that you're a creator, or you're creative, and you just have something to give to other people, then do it. And don't think about the money. Don't think about, oh, I'm wasting my time, because if it's something that you're truly passionate about, and if it's something that you truly enjoy, your audience will get that. They will see that, because you are like nobody else in the world. You can bring so much to the table that you can't even imagine. You won't even believe, like all the makeup channels and the fashion channels and all these people that just started at one day, just opening up the camera and talking. Believe in yourself, fake it till you make it, and never ever stop. And endless possibilities, especially with YouTube, with all the advertisers, and now people use they go to the YouTube for their clothing lines and for all their things that they want to get out there. They'll pick a YouTuber, and so there's so many possibilities that you can't even imagine by just turning on a camera and sharing whatever you want to share.
I love you as a sister, and I really want to thank you for, this was kind of we didn't really even know we were going to do this. This is just
coming
cold
from the gym, all
and
ratchet.
raw. But I love you so much, and I have a channel, and my channel is nowhere near yours, but I really appreciate and respect you for all the hard work that you've done and what you have accomplished in your life. And so I just thought, while we were sitting here, if I could interview you a little bit and kind of maybe give a little spiel on maybe what others could do to help their lives, or maybe change their lives if they were on the fence with wanting to get a divorce or not feeling confident enough about themselves. So we're going to end this by saying that thank you for answering the questions that I had, and thank you for giving your information and your support, and appreciate you. I love you as a sister, and I'm proud of you very much for what you've accomplished.
Thank you.
See you later, guys. Hope you
Bye.
enjoyed.